Hey everybody, David Patino here with another PDN video, and today we're talking product photography. We're actually talking about product photography on white, which is kind of a big thing nowadays, especially with all the online market. And usually it's pretty easy. We've all done it. You take out your white paper, you unroll it, you put your product down, you light it, and away you go. You spend a couple minutes in Photoshop after the fact, kind of taking care of all the little things that didn't go right, and away you go. The problem that you have is when you have to shoot a white product on a white background. You really kind of lose your ability to be able to expose for one or the other. So I've got a little trick I'm going to show you today about how to shoot white product on white background. All right, so it looks like we have a lot of equipment set up, but it's actually a pretty simple thing. What we've got in the background, let's start there. We just got a simple white reflector on a C-stand. That's going to be our background, our white, if you will. And pointed at that down here, we have a monolight. Pretty simple. Up front, and this is where it gets interesting, is we've got a couple of C-stands, and between the C-stands is a piece of plexiglass here. This is just regular old plexiglass. You can go to Home Depot. This piece costs about 20 bucks. It's 1/4 inch thick. It's about 18 by 24 inches, so it holds most of the product that I shoot. They come in bigger or smaller sizes depending on what you need. And this is the key to shooting white on white. What we're essentially doing is separating our product or our subject from the background. Then we've got our camera on a tripod and just a couple of heads on either side to actually light our subject. So let's get started. Today we're going to use white paper towels. There's a little bit of texture on this, but it is essentially the same color as our background. If we were to put this on a white piece of paper and try to shoot it and blow out the background, we would completely blow this out as well. So this is why we're going to use the plexi. So up front here, we've got our Canon 5D3 with a 90mm tilt shift on it, pointed directly at our paper towels. We've got a strobe on either side. We're just running through these 1x3 soft boxes. So let me just turn this around. Cool. Great. I'm shooting at 100 ISO at right around f10. So what we're going to do is we're not going to even think about the background at this point. We're just going to light our subject and get that to a point where everything looks good. All right? So let's do this. Let's take a frame here. Great. And what we have is a really nicely exposed paper towel roll. You can still see all the detail in the product here. And our background is virtually black because we have no light shining on it. Even though we're just a couple feet away, these 1x3s have grids in them, so they're really preventing light spill from either side. Letting us keep our background completely dark. So let's add in the background light now. We can turn this guy on. It's essentially running directly underneath the paper towels. That's where the light is positioned. I've got a little piece of tin foil on top of it just to prevent spill, but pretty much it's sitting just behind the paper towels. Cool. So let's take a frame like this. Awesome. We've not changed the exposure whatsoever on the front. I can dial that background up or down independently now of the paper towel roll, or I could actually dial in my paper towel roll up or down. If the client wanted a little bit darker, if they wanted moody paper towel, we could simply turn off one side, and there is our moody paper towel roll. So really the key here is that we can independently control our foreground from our background, and that's what makes this setup so unique and so worth its weight in gold. So next time you get white on white or any sort of light color on white, give this one a whirl.